Is beauty real, or did we just make it up? Objectively, there are rules. Make an outfit with the sandwich method, choose the right color palette, rule of thirds, golden ratio. If something follows these, is it guaranteed to be pretty? Maybe it's more like a subjective experience that only the individual can truly witness. Can prettiness be boiled down, or is it indescribable, even personal? But if beauty is in the eye of the beholder, why do we all agree on it? Let's take these questions to some of the most popular, well-known, and beautiful hikes that Southern Utah has to offer. Good morning, everyone. It's currently 7 a.m. and we are gonna go hike something pretty, hopefully.
Especially in Southern Utah, hikes on social media are a little bit more glorified, you know, to seem like super easy all the time, but the heat always gets you even at 8 in the morning, you know?
Yeah. Good morning! It's currently 7:54, starting a little later than I had hoped, hoping to beat the heat.
I think it depends on how into the hike you are, because if you're going to see that specific view, I think it is worth it.
Okay, we are here at Red Cliffs National Conservation Area. We're going to be doing the Red Reefs Trail. It seems really pretty so far. We'll see how pretty it really is. This is like pretty nice. We've only been hiking for like 5 minutes, something like that. Like you already get views like this. Like it is a pretty location already, but we're not at like the main view yet, so holding out for something a little better.
But if you're going to see what you saw on social media, it's going to be kind of like, oh, well, this isn't what I thought it was, you know? So I guess it depends on how into it you are for the hike itself versus for where you're going.
Holding out for something a little better. I liked this hike a lot, actually. I would say it's pretty, but I think social media kind of takes the win on this one. Maybe it's just the time of season that we went, but waterfall was dried up, the water was kind of stagnant and gross. So it wasn't exactly the prettiest in that way. I think experience-wise, I would definitely recommend coming and doing this one. It's about 45 minutes to the waterfall, so not too bad. Yeah, overall I think it went well.
I think if you're looking for exactly what they have on social media, you probably won't be able to find it perfectly because of the way that they frame it and everything. Yeah. But I mean, you can still find like pretty things and stuff.
There's probably a right season for this hike, but objectively, this was not as pretty as social media had painted it to be. It made me think, how often are we presented with something wonderful just for comparison to override the experience? How can we truly find what is beautiful in the moment with so many expectations and comparisons? Welcome to Pioneer Park. Pretty, but I will say it's man-made, so I feel like you lose a little bit of that natural wonder aspect. Cooler experience if you're not looking for like a difficult hike. It's just a cool thing to kind of walk around and see.
I think social media definitely glorifies it a tad. I think a lot of our natural beauty around here is pretty stunning.
Yeah. As you can see, we're here in Pioneer Park. We're at the top of Dixie Rock right now. Pretty well-known hike in the area. We've also got the garden that we looked at earlier back there. I'd say this is a really interesting experience. Very short hikes. If you're looking for kind of a longer hike that way, getting more into nature, it's probably isn't the one for you. But I'd say the prettiness of this one comes from kind of the experience.
But I mean, sometimes it can get ruined by like trash or by some man-made things. Like maybe you see houses in the distance. Sometimes you might get lucky and it'll look perfect.
I can imagine this view doesn't quite get you out of that daily life feeling, which I think a lot of hikers are looking for. The area is also very accessible, which is nice, but might take away from the novelty in that regard. Does a more curated experience take away that sense of novelty, or does the ease of accessibility beat out unconventionality when it comes to beauty? Hey guys, good morning. It's currently 7:37 and we've started on the Scout Cave Trail. So far it's been a pretty easy hike and the view's already looking pretty good. So let's continue on, shall we?
Like there's caves and everything and I was like, wow, that's really cool. Probably prettier in person because there's just a difference with just being there looking at it. And like you can maybe touch the water rather than just like looking at pictures.
Like more the experience of it.
Yeah.
It's been pretty flat, pretty rocky, so not anything like super exciting. But we're gonna start going down. You're gonna see some elevation change and you get to be kind of around these black rocks with the red rock in the background. We're reaching the end of the hike. The cave's just right up there, but to get up there, we do have to go up all these stairs, so. Here we are in Scout Cave. Wasn't too bad of a hike, does get a little more challenging at the end. The beginning's a lot easier, but the view is pretty spectacular. The cave itself is smaller. I would recommend going earlier in the day just because the beginning's pretty flat. There's not a lot of shade, but once you get to the cave, it definitely cools off. Between the experience and the actual view of this hike, this one's one of the prettier ones. I really like the view. I think the cave's kind of a fun experience. Pretty fun, pretty exciting. I really enjoyed how the hike was simple, but had its challenging moments too. Its views of the red rocks are great, but the cave also adds something special. What really impressed me was the overall experience of the hike. It's easy to drive to, but still out of the way, easy to hike, but still engaging. Nice scenery, but an incredibly pretty view from the top. What made this so beautiful was the entire experience. Beauty may be in the eye of the beholder, but there are both objective and subjective elements. All of these things contribute to something being pretty. Just like many things in life, there is a balance. So what do you find pretty?